this is What Effie Reads. Today I'm going to be filming the DNF tag, which is a tag that was created by Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. So the first question is, do you DNF? And 100% I DNF. I didn't used to. I used to be really bad at feeling obligated to finish books, even if I wasn't loving them. But recently I've gotten a lot better. I think since I've had a bit of a perspective change in myself and gone, there's not enough time to read the books I want to read without wasting my time on books that I'm not so in love with. The second question is, if you DNF a book, does it count towards the books read for the month? I think it isn't as simple as yes or no, I'd say, because I mean, Storygraph tracks your pages of DNFs and they count, and 100% like you've still read the pages in a DNF. And I would say that like I keep a track of the DNF books. I keep a track of the books that I DNF in a month, but I wouldn't say that it counts as books that I've read, if that makes sense. But I think also, like, as far as like ratings go, I think, well, you can rate a book however you want, and I especially think that if you DNF a book because it does something that, you know, would immediately make a particular rating for you, that is perfectly valid. The third question is there a difference between DNFing a book and putting it down for a bit? I mean, for me, I see it as temporary DNF and like a permanent DNF. So I would say that a lot of books at the moment I DNF because I'm not in the mood for, or, you know, for all manner of reasons. And I have the intention of picking it up again. But I think for me, there's also it's like there's three layers. There's like permanent DNFs, like I'm not interested, I'm not going to read it, like I'm not even going to try finishing it. There's temporary DNFs where like I'm not in the mood, or there's some reason why it's not right now, but I do intend on returning to the book. And then there's putting it down for a bit. And putting it down for a bit is leaving my bookmarking and being able to pick up from where the bookmark is in the book, whereas a temporary DNF, I'm going to have to go back and read it from the start. So the third question is, what popular books have you DNF'd? I honestly don't know if I have DNF'd any popular books. I think it's highly likely that if I pick up a popular book, I'm actually going to like it. Well, I don't know, like, I'm quite bad at not DNFing audiobooks, but I would say that, like, they're the popular ones that I often, like, would DNF if I could. Like, Midnight Library, 100%, like, I wish I'd DNF'd it. It just felt like a waste of my time. So that was probably the closest I've come to DNFing a popular book. And I've just accidentally answered the next question, which is, what books do you wish you DNF'd? So definitely Midnight Library, and I would also say The Lost Witch. I think I've actually got a video coming out soon. I don't know when. I haven't filmed it yet, but it is on the schedule for this month, and it's books I wish I'd never read. So I will pop it in the description once I put it up. And I will go into more detail about books that I wish I'd never read, but like also wish I'd DNF'd. The next question is, do you ever reattempt to read a DNF, and has it ever been successful for you? I don't think I've ever reattempted a permanent DNF, but I think I've reattempted temporary DNFs. I could be wrong. As I say, I didn't used to be good at DNFing, and then this year I've gotten a lot more, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'll temporary DNF it. So I've probably DNF'd like 20 plus books this year, maybe more. Well, I mean, plus implies more. I actually don't know how many books I've DNF'd this year, but a number of them I think I'm probably gonna love. I just need to be in the right brain space for whatever reason. The next question is, what do you do with books you DNF? So I read library books, I read on Scribd, Audible. Like, I also have, like, as you can see, a fair physical library behind me. And I'd say I suffer quite a lot from FOMO in terms of DNF books. So, like, ideally, I'd probably like to unhaul DNF books, but I think the chances are I'm more likely to put it back on my shelves and hope that at some point I'm going to read it, and then I'll be able to unhaul it. But also, at the moment, I haven't figured out what to actually do with the books that I want to unhaul. Like, I theoretically know what I can do with them, but I don't drive, which means it's quite challenging to, like, donate them or otherwise get rid of them. So I guess at the moment, because I've got unhaul piles on the other side of the room, like, I'll take them off my shelves and put them on the unhaul pile. The last actual question is, do you choose more or less risky books because of your stance on DNF? I would say that my choice of books isn't really influenced by, like, my ability to DNF or not. Well, I say that, but then if I didn't feel like I could DNF books, I probably would be a lot more discerning. Like, I can't really put my finger on what my taste in books is, so I tend to read, like, a little bit of everything. So I'm quite, like, if a book appeals to me, I'll just pick it up. But at the same time, because I'm quite comfortable with DNFing books, especially the middle category of a temporary DNF, like, it's no skin off my nose to pick up a book, not enjoy it, and then later DNF it. Although I will say that in terms of actually buying books in the shop, I feel guilty because it feels wasteful if I, like, purchased a book and then DNF it. So I guess I'm comfortable picking up any book, regardless of if I think I might DNF it or not, but I'm less comfortable buying any book. I hope that makes sense. The last question is asking you to tag bookish friends, but I'm not confident tagging people, so please, if you haven't done this tag and want to do it, consider this me tagging you, and let me know in the comments if you do it, and I will be sure to check out your video, because I love meeting new content creators. If you've liked this video, give it a like, and I'd love to know everyone's stance on DNFs, even if you don't do a video, I suppose. And until next time,